Hi, stock investors. JJ here. Welcome back. Well, super microcomputer, the stock is plunging. There's talk of accounting fraud here. Let's see what's going on and react to some of the discussion around it. You can see the headline here. Super micro shares plunged 33% as Auditor resigns after raising concerns months earlier. And of course, there was a short report out here. You can see from Hindenburg, who's stacking up a pretty good track record with their shorts. There's a lot of criticism of short sellers, but their investigations have been doing quite well. And a while ago, this was August 27th, 2024, the short report came out. Supermicro, fresh evidence of accounting manipulation, sibling self-dealing, and sanctions evasion at this AI high flyer. Now, this news out today that Ernst & Young resigned as Supermicro's auditor last week after raising significant concerns over the company's internal controls, board independence, and accounting practices. Now, this is not a small accounting firm here. This is one of the big ones. So this is a big deal. This is not to be taken lightly. So let's see what else they're saying here. Supermicro was hit with a short seller report earlier this year. We saw that has delayed filing its financial statements for 2024 and is reportedly under federal investigation. So they did delay their financial statements. I think it was immediately after that short report came out, which is suspicious when a company does that. And so more and more of this news is not good, and the stock's plunged. It's down. We'll have a look at the stock in a minute, see what's happened, not just in the past day or two, but over this past year to date. EY said in its resignation letter it was unwilling to be associated with management's financial statements. We're going to have a look at exactly what they said because it is pretty damning. But here's the stock. So one day down 32% after hours, down another 2.75%. But year to date, it's still up 15.83%. We go out a year, we can see there the peak was back in the 13th of March 2024, and it's really going down since then, since bad news came out. So this is an AI-related company, or is it that AI-related? It's down 72% since the peak. So we go back to this article, and I'm going to find what they actually said here. This is saying that the stock's plunged and they're unwilling to be associated with financial statements prepared by management. That's damning. The accountancy also raised concerns about the board's independence from CEO Charles Liang and other members of management. Not great at all. Let's just see. I want to go straight to what they actually said, because this is a significant accounting firm here. And what are they saying about the company, about their financial statements, about their accounting? We are resigning due to information that has recently come to our attention, which has led us to no longer be able to rely on management's and audit committee's representations. Not good at all. EY said in its resignation letter, EY's concerns were raised prior to a short seller report that took aim at Supermicro's financial controls and accounting practices. Supermicro has run into trouble with regulators over its accounting practices before. And that's true, and it wasn't recently. So people were pretty keen on this, including some finance YouTubers. Ticker symbol U, one of the big finance YouTubers. The science behind the stocks, is it the science behind the fraud? Even after the short report came out, he was still pretty bullish on it, and he wasn't selling. He's encouraging followers to buy even. Supermicro has run into trouble. It paid a $17.5 billion penalty to Securities and Exchange Commission in 2020, which was not long ago, after the regulator alleged it prematurely and improperly recorded revenue. So it has had this problem before, and it seems like it hasn't changed its ways, if this is all to be believed. And we're going to have a look. I'm going to react to this video here, some commentary on Bloomberg Television here about what's going on.
There's been some filing delays at Supermicro, some differences of opinion in terms of the auditor and the management team, and essentially the auditor resigned due to quote-unquote integrity issues with the management team there.
And so that's putting it mildly, differences of opinion. I mean, this is accounting, so a firm like this resigning from it is damning, and it's not surprising the stock went down.
And this isn't like Joe's CPAs. This is Ernst
Right,
Young.
this is a big deal.
Resigning, and this does not happen often at all. So what's Ernst Young saying about why they resigned?
Well, in the AK filing, essentially Ernst & Young is saying that there were some differences of opinion, and they didn't think that there was enough transparency from the auditor committee, as well as integrity issues from the auditor committee.
Not transparency or not enough integrity. So those are not great when it comes to accounting, obviously.
So look, quite frankly, it's the first time I've ever seen language like that. And the other thing that I can state is that, Ernst & Young is the second auditor that Supermicro had in a span of 18 months. So they were supposed to clean up the issues from the prior auditor, and it sounds like they found issues that just couldn't be resolved.
And of course, so
this is damning stuff. They found issues that couldn't be resolved. Second auditor came in, and they just don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. And they don't want to put their name to it.
Resignation comes after news broke last month that the DOJ had launched a probe into an ex-employee's claims that Supermicro actually violated accounting rules. What do we know so far about how many different issues there are kind of more broadly when it comes to this company?
Yeah, not much news has come out of the DOJ probe, but it is bringing up some older issues that caused their delisting roughly 3 to 4 years back. Essentially,
so the DOJ investigations, these take a while. They don't happen quickly.
Very aggressive on their accounting side, and it seems as if, based on a short report that came out in July, it seems as if they went back to their old ways in the recent months and recent quarters.
Woods, just as an outside observer here, I see a story like this and I say, I need change at the board level and I need change in the C-suite level. Are you hearing calls from some of their shareholders for some types of moves like that?
Well, partly as an investor, you can see that people have headed for the exit immediately on this news. There was that short report, but now more and more news coming out. So investors kind of fleeing rather than wanting change, not sticking around to intervene. A lot of investors wanting out.
That's how we titled our React report. It's like, look, Supermicro needs more than an auditor change to fix this. And we were concerned about their corporate governance. If you keep in mind that there aren't many independent board members, one of whom includes the wife of the CEO, there really needs to be a lot more independence on the board. And quite frankly, given the now growing concerns of financial malfeasance, I think the CFO has to go, and if they can't clean this up, there might be a need for a change at the top.
So this is when you're an investor and you're analyzing a company, you want to look at related party transactions. You want to look at the board and see if there's any conflicts there. Obviously, it seems like there was, the wife of the CEO in there. I haven't looked at the company closely. I've stayed away from this, but I did note that short report and that Hindenburg has a pretty good record. And now we're getting more and more information out of there. Have you been an investor in this company? Have you got out of it? What do you think about what's going on here? Are you jumping ship? Are you staying in? Did you see ticker symbol U saying that he was staying in it and he was going to watch it? What do you think of it now? Let me know. Now on screen, I'm going to put a link to what YouTube thinks that you should watch next if you're watching this on YouTube. And thanks to everybody for watching or listening, and I'll see you in the next one.